Did you know that of the estimated 267.8 million tons of waste generated in landfills, approximately 32.5% of the trash is recycled or composite? When I learned this, I was shocked that people didn't recycle the things they threw away. Everyday items such as soda cans and plastic bottles can be deadly for unexpected wildlife and even cats and dogs. It breaks my heart to see any animal in a filthy environment, and we live in it too. Former head of UN Environment Eric Solom stated, "We need to see waste for what it really is, a wasted resource. There is no place on our planet anymore for products that are used only briefly and then thrown away. We need to ensure planned obsolescence is a thing of the past. It's time for countries in the world to dramatically step up recycling rates if we are to save the planet." I really took his quote to heart and decided that I could do something about the problem in today's world. Hello, my name is Molly Ellis, and I am a part of the AM Great Plains Tech Center Culinary FCCLA. When I joined FCCLA, I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do with my membership. But when my teacher said there was a Repurpose redesign contest, I was super excited to build something out of junk in my house. With a little bit of help, I decided to build a birdhouse. The first thing I had to do was sketch what I wanted to do. I remembered my parents had license plates in the garage, and I knew that was what I wanted to repurpose. License plates are made out of aluminum, which is a silvery white soft non-magnetic metal. Modern license plates are made by attaching pre-printed reflective sheets to the unstamped metal. After being stamped to create raised characters that are painted, the plate is covered with protective coatings. I thought the license plates would be a colorful addition to a person's landscape or gardening area while encouraging animal feeding in a safe environment. With a sketch, a dream to save the environment, and a few license plates, I was ready to go. I was planning to cut the license plates when my dad told me there was an easier way to make a birdhouse. He directed me to the counter with a hammer and a Sharpie pen, and he told me to measure the license plates and mark a line where I needed to bend. Before I hammered the license plate, I thought it would be a good idea to try to shape it with my hands. It worked until I needed a straight edge. After I shaped all of the license plates, I needed to cut one of them to make it more like a house. I cut along the guidelines I made for myself and successfully made the base of the birdhouse. That was when I figured out that there was a problem with the base. The back side of the structure had a huge gap that I didn't expect or plan for. I looked around the garage and found a piece of wood that was soaking wet from the night before when we accidentally left the garage door open. Me thinking it would be a good idea to find a way to dry the wood, turned on the oven and placed the piece of wood inside. After about 2 hours, the wood was completely dry and looked a little smoky. I was ready to cut the wood to the right shape to fill the hole. After struggling to find the drill and the right drill bit, I drilled a hole in the center of the soon-to-be finished birdhouse. After I was done with the drill, I had to assemble the house. My parents were not home at the time, so I had to make do with what I had. I went to our craft room and grabbed the hot glue gun and began to piece the house together. After long hours of working on the birdhouse, I was finally finished with the birdhouse. After I turned in the birdhouse, I felt good that I made a habitat for animals out of trash that my parents were really going to throw away. You see, there is a phrase that says, "One man's trash is another man's treasure." When I think of repurposing items to help our environment, I think about finding value in trash. Decreasing our waste in today's world will help ensure a healthy environment for future generations. Thank you.
What is one skill that you learned or improved upon during your project that you will use in school next year or in your future career?
I used a handsaw to cut the piece of wood on the back of the birdhouse, and I really should have used an electric saw it would have been easier for me to fix the burnouts.
Good. What obstacle caused challenges in your work and how did you address them?
I did not have a design off of online. I created the design by myself. And when I sketched it out on a piece of paper, I didn't think of making a second piece that looked like the front. So I had to fill it with a piece of wood.